Washington, ghost-like objects dart across the radar screen at the CAA Traffic Control Center at National Airport for several hours, traveling more than 100 miles an hour. Air Force jet fighters spend several hours chasing the objects plotted on the radar scope.
Something else is out there.
There's something else out there, okay.
Of all the banks and braes of bonny Scotland, none holds more fascination than the murky waters of Loch Ness.
Tell me, do you think there is life on other planets?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but I suppose there would be.
No, he seems definite. You seem
Definitely.
How do you see this life and where?
Oh, it's in a flying saucer.
Blackwater Media presents DARKFALL. Real-life encounters with the paranormal and the unexplained. I rarely use Blackwater Media as a platform to share my own personal experiences. But recently, I remembered an event from my childhood that I had somehow completely erased from my memory. But for a dream that rekindled the memory of it, the experience might have been lost to me forever. It goes back to the year 1974. I was 6 years old. And my friend, who for the sake of this story I'll call Bobby, was 5 years old. Now, I can't remember what day it was, perhaps a Saturday, but I feel pretty sure that it was sometime during the summer. Now, I have to explain something here. In the South, particularly in Georgia, there's a custom of using the term Big Mama, which is usually reserved for a grandmother-type figure, either as a direct family member or someone close or near and dear to the family. Now keep in mind, this was old school Atlanta, and in my case, it wasn't a family relation, but a very kind, sweet old lady and her husband who lived right next door. So I had a Big Mama and a Big Daddy, and I loved them both to death. Anyway, on that particular day, Bobby and I were playing, ripping and running from Big Mama's front and backyard to mine. I can't remember what we were playing, but we usually would game out some scenario from an episode of Batman or The $6 Million Man, or maybe even some monster movie we'd recently seen. Now let me take a moment here and talk about Bobby and I. The two of us were as close as two guys could be without actually being brothers. Although aside from the fact that we really didn't actually live together, there really wasn't that much difference. We played Little League baseball and football together, and did the same in summer league and all through high school. In fact, up until the time we finished high school, we never lived more than a half a mile from each other. After high school, we both opted to attend historically black colleges, as our parents had, and he went off to Grambling State in Louisiana, and I stayed home in Atlanta enrolling in Morehouse College. And there was more to it than that. His father and my father grew up together, went to high school together, and after graduating college, both became teachers and coaches with the Atlanta public school system. Also, his mother was a librarian, and my mother a reading specialist, both like our fathers with the Atlanta school system. We took family trips together, at least once or twice a year, as well as multiple backyard cookouts and picnics. But those trips rekindle some crazy memories because you have to remember, in those days, the people running some of the vacation resorts were not very welcoming or hospitable to black people, especially when they realized that we could actually afford to be there. So there were several instances of, quote, lost or misplaced reservations, until our parents started having all of their vacation reservations placed through AAA. In short, they were all lifelong friends up until the day my father died in the fall of 2009. So, let me bring it back to the day in question. At one point, we were at the edge of Big Mama's front yard, very close to the driveway of my house. Like I said before, just running wild. All of a sudden, we sensed movement to our left. What we saw climbing down Big Mama's backyard fence was so shocking that I don't think we moved, but our eyes were locked on it. Thanks so much for listening to the preview of this amazing story. If you'd like to continue and enjoy the story to its conclusion, head on over to blackwatermedia.net. On the left side of the home page, you'll see the menu. Just click on the tab that says Become a Swamp Hunter Society member. And for the price of $4.99 a month, you'll have access to the members VIP lounge where you can access all of Blackwater Media's premium content, past, present, and future. While you're on the website, also enjoy listening to the vast archive of free material. I'm Dr. William Lester. Welcome to Blackwater Media.